want to talk about Reverend Sykes and his connection to Bree Vandekamp. We see Reverend Sykes several times throughout the Desperate Housewives series. Much of the time he's interacting with Bree Vandekamp. She uses him as a sort of religious advisor. When Andrew came out as possibly gay, she had him come over for dinner. So we kind of see what their relationship is like. It's a little more intimate than just attending church service. But anytime he shows up, I notice that he enjoys the food. Scrumdiddlyumptious. He is every time. Even when the scene gets awkward, he just kind of sits and just chows down. Now, Bree's not perfect herself. Like many other conservatives, especially religious conservatives, she believes that her proximity to the Reverend means that she is in close proximity with the Lord. We all know by now that this is a form of idolatry, and some people engage in this idolatry because they need to compete with the people around them on earth. And this is a human being who cares about money, food, and clothes, and participation at the church. So let me go ahead and buy his affection so that I can feel like I'm beating everybody around me. And while we know that it's wrong on Bree's part, but that comes from a position of desperation and centering men, I really want to zoom in on the Reverend and how he is shamelessly using Bree, especially when she's a widow, using her position as a wife, a mother, as a member of the church to use her to tend to the members and to give to the church constantly. He's adorned her with this title, the head of the women's auxiliary at the church, which whatever the heck that is. But in exchange for that role, Bree is forced to be performative. It's like he's using her desperation as a weapon. He expects her to bring in new members. He wants her to attend church every Sunday, Bible study every time. Whenever she's not there, he's questioning her. Where were you? Somebody else had to make the desserts for the bake sale. You know, I like your desserts. I don't like what she makes. He wants her to reach out to members at the church when they're having a hard time. He's using the crap out of this lady.
Others their sins, your Father will not forgive yours. Matthew chapter 6, verse 15.
Whoever does not obey the laws of God must surely be punished by death or banishment. Ezra chapter 7, verse 26.
Bree Vandekamp is shacking up with her boyfriend, Cynthia Thomas, pew 5, seat 7.
He's definitely weaponizing guilt and her need for approval. So we see in season 8, when Bree is struggling with alcoholism again, the girls cut her out. She's feeling lonely, trying to find herself. Karen McCluskey goes to the Reverend and tells on her. The Reverend shows up at the bar, once again shaming and guilting Bree because she hasn't been to church for, 5 Sundays? I can think of over 5 consecutive Sundays where I've been dog shit tired and not wanting to go anywhere. Like, people need to normalize being tired. But anyway, he shows up to the bar and Bree's talking to this man. Oh, I love a nice firm bicep. The Reverend's like, you want to feel mine? She's embarrassed, of course. And he tells her, Karen McCluskey told me that you was over here doing this and that with this guy and that guy. Now here comes the guilt. Well, I'm sorry I haven't been to church. Yeah, 5 whole Sundays. He starts saying, this is not you. The Bree that I know wouldn't do things like this. She's like, I don't even know who I am. So how are you going to tell me who I am? Then immediately, here comes the ultimatum. Listen, I can't allow you to continue to be head of the women's auxiliary if you're going to continue to do this. Hey, so quickly, all these years that I've been a part of this church, that I've been serving you guys, how many desserts have you smashed in your face that I made from scratch? And that quickly, when I fall off the wagon and I'm having a hard time, the first thing you do is tell me you know me, which you don't, because all you do is use me. And then you're going to tell me that I can't be the head of the thing that I worked so hard to get? Some spiritual advisor you are. It's giving you only want to lead the people who you can use. And that's exactly why the guilt and shame tactic does not work. It didn't work on Bree because she's aware of how much energy she's put into that church and the members at that church. She's obviously in a very bad place right now, and you want to threaten her by saying, well, I'm not going to be able to use you if you're acting like this. You can't use someone who's already spent. And this is exactly how you run the women in the church away, because you're seeing them as tools. They need help too. Hell, maybe they just want to show up and be themselves and not need to bring anything extra. Whatever happened to come as you are? When it comes to being a woman in religion, it's either you're a tool or you're a lost soul. There's no in between.